Oh, for God's sake, stop pushing me. These guys are... No! I've got no health. Come on! What? Ah! He banned me! He banned me! Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. I'm Bushka. Welcome back to the channel. Before we go any further, this video is called AR versus SMG versus shotgun. There's a reason for that. This is another one of the videos that you guys gave us suggested topics. And I really like this one because it was super open-ended and didn't really include any specifics. And that's what I wanted. So this is great. This gave me a thinking point and then we went from there. I'm going to be referencing some things in this video, but if you want to know more about how I rate the SMGs and such, there is a video that completely breaks down SMGs and rates them from best to worst. I'll drop that right here. And if you want to know all the damage numbers, they are on a spreadsheet on my Discord server, which you can join below. There is a link to the Discord server there, and they are the PUBG mobile damage numbers, not that bullshit from PC that people use, which is absolutely incorrect. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I took this in the spirit it was intended. I used them basically ARs versus SMGs and versus shotties, and I played a lot of games using those different weapons. ARs are the kings of the primary weapon slot, and they will remain so. And a big part of why they are the kings of the primary weapon slot is because of what you put in your secondary weapon slot. A lot of people like to run a sniper rifle, a DMR, something along those lines. And if you do that, then you have to have a weapon in your primary weapon slot that can cover off on a multiple degree of situations. Okay, so if you're running around in Sanhok, that's great. Or if you're running around in Erangel or Miramar and you're using a shotgun, you're going to struggle to find engagements. And what I found in all of this was that shotguns specifically only really had one primary weapon slot weapon, and that is the S12K, the auto shotty. Guns like the over-under, the double barrel, the pumpy, they're all great, but they are secondary weapon slot weapons. And I've actually come across more people using shotguns in their secondary slots than I have for quite some time of late. And I think one of the reasons is that I've been running so much FPP on Sanhok that it's actually a really, really effective weapon on Sanhok. And I'm going to break that down for you and you'll see that in just a second. The versatility of ARs is something that can't be matched by shotguns or SMGs. I'm going to show you the reason it works on Sanhok is because Sanhok is the one map where you can manufacture engagements continually that will suit close quarters combat, especially in first person. I mean, there are so many opportunities for you to not take fights at range. There is so much hard cover on the hills and on the slopes of these lovely rolling green hills. So many rocks, so many big trees, so many huts, so many, valleys and things and broken, disjointed fields of fire that you can do things like this where you very much make sure that all your engagements happen up close and personal. And the shotguns are far and away the most deadly weapons in game. And I say that fully aware that even guns like the Beryl M762 have super fast time to kills and the Groza and all this. But the shotgun is capable of one-shot killing anyone in whatever gear they want at very, very close range because they quite simply fire so many rounds, so many damaging elements, so many pellets that it is a brute force equation. But they are obviously incredibly inaccurate and incredibly difficult to control. And that being the case, I would highly recommend that you run shotguns only really on Sanhok. Miramar, they are pointless. I mean, you need a 5.56 AR or something along those lines for the long range engagements that you're going to run into. And the idea behind shotguns is that they are this brute force, blunt force trauma. I'm going to show you the reason now why the shotgun versus AR versus SMG argument is never going to be resolved in anything other than the AR's favor. This is an engagement. I've got an AUG. That's wonderful. And I've got a Kar 98. I'm using a Kar 98 with an 8 scope. It gives me the ability to reach out and touch people at extremely long ranges. If I was running a shotgun with a Kar 98, then I would struggle to do what I'm about to do here, which is use an AUG, put a 2x scope on it, pro lean out, and just chunk down a dude over there very, very quickly. And that's why the 5.56 ARs are so popular. You can get a little bit of so many different kinds of versatility into the one gun. Namely, I mean, you know, you've got your ability to single tap and do a lot of damage at range. You've got the ability to up close and personal fire and fight. And you've also got that accurate hip fire that comes with having a very lightweight round that fires at quite a decent rate. Now let's talk a little bit about the SMG. See, this is why you won't get shotguns and things on Erangel, because they don't suit it. Watch this. This is, people really don't recognize how effective the S12K is as a primary in these. This is a squad of 4. I'm going to kill 1, knock 2, and check the health on the last guy at the end of this engagement. It is absolutely brutal. And it is such a close thing. The UMP is actually the gun that I would rate as probably most likely to succeed as an SMG as a primary slot weapon, because it actually shares a lot of the commonalities of the 5.56 ARs. The damage numbers, as in time to kill for a UMP and an M416, you're actually looking at 0.34 seconds for an M416 as a time to kill and 0.336 seconds for a UMP as a time to kill. Tommy guns the same, 0.352, very, very close to that. The Vector and the Uzi are super quick, but you find with these guns like shotguns, Vectors, Uzis, I mean, look at that. Look at that smidgen of health. That was nearly a full squad wipe using the S12K just and a rock. Everything that is super specialized with super high damage and super big single shot accuracy and super fast rate of fire, they tend to have very, very specific roles where they function well. Your Uzi and your Vector and your Barrel M762, the Groza, they are useful up close and personal. But the more you regress towards that 0.35 seconds time to kill, like all your 5.56 ARs have exactly the same time to kill. You know, your AKMs are slightly quicker than that. The more you do that, the more you find that these weapons are versatile. A UMP can fire at much further ranges, much better and more effectively than, you know, a Vector or a bloody Uzi. An AWM is perfect for like one-shotting head, you know, poking people and getting chicken dinners, but he's crap like up close and personal. And that's one of the reasons why the shotgun versus AR versus SMG debate is always going to come down for me on the side of the AR. The only map where that can be changed is Sanhok. On Sanhok, you can absolutely manufacture engagements to work for you in a defined manner that can be consistent throughout the game. You won't have the urban area mixed with long range area, mixed with, you know, bloody strafe fighting and all that kind of thing that you will get on Erangel and even on Vikendi and Miramar. I mean, Miramar, you have to have a long range weapon. Sanhok, if you want to run SMGs and shotguns, this is where you should do it. And as a secondary weapon, I think the shotgun is still very, very valuable. I just think it precludes an involvement in any other kind of warfare. It means that you are very much set towards a up close and personal lifestyle. And even then, if you wanted to go at range, you'd run an AR in that primary slot because that would give you the opportunity to tap out with a 5.56. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. I find these topics very, very interesting. We got 540 comments in that thread, and there's some brilliant ideas, and I'm going to keep using them because they are very, very good conversation starters. Like the videos, please subscribe, helps me, and as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Don't forget, go sign up for the ESL Mobile Open. It's a really, really cool thing, and you can win thousands of dollars, so why not do that?